Now, we are joined by two of the fittest women in the UK in both senses of the word, because today we have Melanie C and Lisa Matthew with us. Hello, girls. Oh, they're in front of one of those green screens. This is brilliant, because we're MTV. What we'll do, right, we'll probably put in some really trendy urban landscape, or maybe, Max, we'll get one of those, like, ski slope things. So they look like they're going really quickly, but they're just pedalling. Oh, it'd be brilliant. Oh, wait for it. What?
Oh, God, what's that?
Girls!
No.
Pedal for all your work!
Rick Waller's going to coach them. They better just keep pedaling.
Motivate, you know, just gobble them both up.
Both Lisa Matthew and the lovely Mel will be joining us on the floor very, very soon. Also, it is Wednesday.
I need Melanie C! You can't really sit on these, you have to clamber.
Very funny, aren't they? It makes me want to spin round, but I won't.
You're still free to spin round.
Oh, no.
Do you want me to give you a little push?
Stop.
Here we go. Let's go around this way.
Hello, that's good. You can say, oh, hiya. Hello.
I ain't seen you in ages.
Hello. I know loads of people. Is it a surprise party?
Well, it is your surprise party, you're here. You deserve a party, you're on your third solo album, which you've released through your own record label, and you funded. Now, I can imagine that releasing an album is already quite a stressful thing without potentially adding that to it. Is that how? Is it double stress for you now?
It's a bit of a risk, but you know what? It's a risk I'm really willing to take because I love music, I love making music, I love to perform, and it's been so exciting, and the album's great. I'm so proud of it, so I'm sure it's going to do all right.
I suppose on the other side of the coin, there's the creative control you've given yourself now, so that must release, you know, you can come and do the TV shows that you really want to do, meet the people you really want to meet, and so on and so forth.
TRL, top of the list, of course. That and
Fabulous
CD UK,
stuff.
of course.
Both fantastic music shows in the UK. Now, Northern Star stayed in the top 10 album chart for over a year. So are you doing what I think is the wise thing and keeping your new album similar to that because it's a tried and tested formula, or have you just thrown it out there and gone, come on?
You know, I think the biggest mistake an artist can make is to try and follow something that's been successful by doing the same thing. You've got to move, you've got to do what feels right. And you know, for me, this album stylistically is quite different because there's a lot more of a rock influence on the album, but it's still very much a pop record. There's some lovely ballads on there as well. They're pop songs, but they're a bit tougher.
Beautiful Intentions is a bit tougher.
A bit harder.
I like that.
Yeah.
Now, you're famed, this is where I was looking at my cards, you're famed for your strong views on manufactured pop.
Am I?
Yeah.
Okay.
Come on. In fact, Next Best Superstar, which is your single at the moment, these are some of the lyrics from it. Okay, you ready? Crack a smile in denial, throw your morals on the fire, you're living your dream. Sell your life, sell your soul, telling everyone you know, you're living your dream.
I think a lot of people... Oh, bless! No, but I think a lot of people are in that situation, and, you know, as much as I love watching Pop Idol and shows like that, I think very often the people who take part in the shows can become victims. And I think when you have that instant success from a TV show, you lose your power, and it's like you owe everything to the makers of those shows because they've made you successful, you know. So I just, you know, I worry about those people. I'm not dissing the people who do the shows because I had those hopes and I had those dreams and I still do, but I just think it's just a bit scary.
Well, your new single is fabulous.
Thank you.
Next Best Superstar, I think we should all enjoy it on the playlist. Here it is.
Do the show
Wonderful stuff. That's your new track.
Yes.
You're Living the Dream features in it quite heavily, those words. Do you think your dream that you have now has changed in the industry as to the one you had when you were in the Spice Girls?
I think when we first started, and when I was very young, I wanted to be famous, I wanted to be a pop star, and you know, I was like, you know, how many people get to do that? Do you know what I mean? I was so incredibly lucky, but it's not what you think it is when you get there. And I think quite quickly I realised that it wasn't the celebrity side of it that I enjoyed, but I still had that fundamental love of music and performing. So it has really changed, and I'm so lucky to still be here doing it. But, you know, the other stuff can, you know, I can do without that.
Fair play. We're gonna not so much a game, more of an experiment, because we went into the MTV archives and we dug up an interview with you from 1997. And we're gonna.
Okay.
It'll be fine, Melanie, honestly. We're going to ask you a few questions that the presenter back then asked you and see if your answers are the same.
I like that idea.
Isn't
Go
it
on, then.
genius?
Go on.
OK, here we go. This is the first question. If you could change anything about your life, what would it be?
Wow. If I could change anything, do you know, I'm really happy at the moment.
Good.
So I don't think I'd want to change a
You got
thing.
a noisy neighbour or...
No, nothing at all. I mean, back then I might have said, I'd really like to be a solo artist, but I am now.
And your press spot would have been going... Anyway, let's take a look back to 1997 and see what Melanie had to say.
My flat's a little bit small at the moment. Okay. I've only got a one-bedroom little flat and it is great and everything, but I keep getting all these freebie clothes from everywhere. You know?
You could put them somewhere. Okay. So should we change that?
And I wish I could learn how to drive. Well, I wish I had the time to learn how to drive.
So, fundamentally, you only...
Well, I got the bigger flat.
Talk to the hand, because the property developer ain't listening.
And I can drive, but I don't get free clothes anymore. So that's a bad bit. I remember that interview.
Do ya?
Look, and I talk like that, don't I? I'm like Minnie Mouse.
If you're excited, it's good. Oh, I'm glad you achieved that. This was question number 2. Would you ever consider giving up music? And if so, what would you do?
Well, I don't ever want to give up music, and, you know, I don't know how my career is going to go, but I hope I'll always sing in whatever capacity that I can. And I don't know what I would do if I didn't do music. I think now, and I wouldn't have said this then, but I think maybe just be a mum and maybe a housewife and, you know, bake cakes. I definitely wouldn't have said that then, would I?
No, I don't
I'll
think
play for Liverpool and... I don't know.
Let's see what you said back in 97.
I can't really do anything else. I don't feel right doing anything else, do you know what I mean? So it was something I was always going to do. Yeah. And even if, you know, I didn't succeed, I still would have been trying, probably till the day I dropped dead.
Do you feel a bit like, because you just said it then, bless her?
Oh, bless.
Like it's not you, it's a different person.
Yeah, it is weird, seeing yourself like that. Can you imagine? It's really weird, yeah.
This was the third and final question. What's your worst habit?
Cracking my knuckles.
Let's see what you said back in 1997.
Best habit, cracking my fingers and my toes. It's a nerve thing though, like if I'm nervous or anxious, I'm like, you can imagine me before I go on stage, I'm like, I've lost my accent, haven't I?
Do you still do it?
Turned into a southerner.
You what, now?
Yeah.
No, don't worry, you're still firmly Scouse, that's fine, no problem there at all.
Do I still crack him?
Give it to Mike. Go on, give him a proper go. Nice.
I don't do this much. Sorry, Den. If my stepdad's watching, he hates that. When I was a kid, he always used to look at me when I used to do it. But it was good because you shouldn't do it. I believe it's bad for you.
Melanie, thank you very much for going along with that. It was
Thank
great.
you.
It was
That
nice to
was
see you
fun.
both there and then. Or now and then.
Bless.
Now, we of course take requests here on TRL.
Yeah.
What can we do for you?
I'd love to see Estelle go gone. I think she's wicked. She's going to be big, big, big this year. So go, go.
Great choice.
Yes.
Here it is.
We're all dancing to Estelle Go Gone on the TRL our playlist, especially for Mel C, who's sticking around. Yes. Still reminiscing, feeling a bit embarrassed.
Feeling a bit embarrassed, yes.
It's very endearing, very good. It is, of course, Wednesday, which means you can win your dinner. So let us know who you are, where you are, what you want to eat. All the information is currently languishing upon your screen.
Still to come, your chance to find out something very intimate about Robbie Williams that you don't know yet.
And a chance to go and see Star Wars Episode 3 with lots of celebrities in America. That's right, tomorrow everybody's favourite prankster, Ashton Kutcher, is going to be live in the studio. But now, of course, the lovely Melanie C is here, everybody.
Yeah, she's still here. Mel and I were just both saying how cute Ashton Kutcher is. Weren't we? We were just saying how cute Ashton Kutcher is. No, you were too. Your boyfriend's watching. Right, Mel's going to help us with that competition in just a moment, because it is that time. Win your dinner!
It won't make you thinner. So pick up your phone and dial from home. Chinese, Indian, pizza, Malaysian,
Catchy as ever. Always gets in the mood. I believe we have Beth from Hereford on the phone. Hello, Beth.
Hello.
Hey, Beth.
Hey.
How are you, darling?
I'm very well, thanks. How are you?
Very well, thanks. Beth, Melanie, Beth.
Hey, Beth.
Hello.
How is it in Herefordshire? It's nice there, isn't it?
Yeah, it's real nice.
Yeah.
Oh, great. See, talking to pop stars on the phone. Love that stuff. Now, basically, of course, if you win the dinner today by getting our question right, what food would you like?
I'll go for Chinese, please.
A fine choice. I'm having
Good
one
choice.
myself this evening. That'll be delivered to your house for you and your friends, courtesy of TRL. However, in a little sick twist, if you get the question wrong, Jamie Oliver hates them more than anything. You are going to get sent to your house a school dinner.
Oh.
Chicken nugget and chips and,
that looks
I'm sorry about this, school dinner, spotted dick.
That's nice though, isn't it? Spotted dick. Not that one looks a bit insipid, but generally.
There you go.
It's quite a nice
Beth,
pudding.
if you don't want to win that, you've
think?
got a question. It's a pretty simple question. I'm hoping you're going to do all right. It's related to our lovely guest today. What I want to know is, from these two tattoos that you're going to see, which one, the lotus flower or the V, which one belongs to Mel? Oh, it's a tough one. Come on.
So is it the band or the lotus flower?
That's what I meant. Say the band.
Is it the lotus flower?
Is it the lotus flower? Well, sit tight, Beth.
Okay.
Mel, could you please reveal one of your tattoos for us down tattoo cam? It is!
Yay!
Well done, Beth. The Chinese takeaway is all yours. Enjoy. Have a soup.
Thank you very much.
Chicken and mushroom.
Oh.
Nice one. So, I love chicken and mushroom soup.
Thank you very much.
Okay, chicken and mushroom soup, crispy packet. I feel like I'm ordering it. Let's move on.
Well done, Beth. Now, our lovely Joe from TRL ventured off to Robbie Williams' hometown of Stoke to find out some dirt and talk to the people that knew Robbie before he actually became a huge star. Now, before we check in with Joe and see what she got up to, Mel, Robbie, he's a bit of a cheeky chappy. I know you guys have been mates. Recently, he obviously revealed... Well, is that the wrong word?
Wouldn't go that far. No, I've met Robbie a few times over the years with the Spice Girls and stuff, yeah, but...
No, recently he revealed that he did a bit of hanky-panky with some of the Spice Girls. That's a polite way of saying whatever he said. You denied that you were one of the ladies. Were you, like, annoyed with him for saying that?
I didn't deny anything.
Oh, okay, so are you going to confirm or deny it now? Were you one of the ladies?
What I'm going to say is that's nobody's business. But I think Robbie's got a bit of a big mouth and he needs to shut it.
On that fabulous note, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Melanie C.
Thank you.
Let's check in with Jo. Here she is, revealing all in Stoke about Robbie Williams.